Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Whispers, a whisper story by Lisa Unger. Read by January LaVoy.
Eloise Montgomery had always believed that on the day that the worst thing happened, she would know. She had thought that there would be a chill in the air, a nagging unrest, some kind of shadow over her consciousness. It wouldn't be anything she would notice, necessarily. It wouldn't stop her in her tracks. There would be no whispering voice to tell her that her husband Alfie should not get on that plane, which would then crash, or not allow one of her girls to go to the mall, where a crazed gunman was lurking. Nothing like that. It would only be afterwards that she would say to herself, I knew. I woke up that morning and glimpsed the wraith lingering on the edge of my life. But no, it wasn't like that at all. If anything, the day was hyper-normal. It was raining. That was the first thing of which she was aware. And she'd overslept a bit. Usually she was so attuned to the light streaming in through the shears that she always awoke just before 6, wide awake the minute she opened her eyes. She'd get directly out of bed while Alfie still snoozed, most deeply asleep just before he woke. He'd get up cranky, groggy, a bear until after he'd showered and had one strong cup of coffee. Not Eloise. She awoke at her best. Most days. But rain swelled her sinuses, so that day she woke up with a killer headache 15 minutes later than usual. Not a lot, but just enough to put things off. Downstairs, Eloise put the coffee pot on 17 minutes later than usual and started the breakfast that no one would eat. Both of her girls were going through a phase where they insisted that they were fat. It was one of her least favorite words in the English language because it was so loaded with self-loathing. Neither of her daughters weighed much more than 100 pounds, and now they were fat. This really made Eloise furious, because she had raised her girls to love themselves and respect their bodies. She had taken such care to teach them not to let the television and ridiculous fashion magazines present an ideal that they could never attain. They had talked about these things. God, oh.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?